Live, the news you count on. NBC2 News at 3.
This video from Pine Island shows streets covered in water, but thankfully, we've seen many roads dry up today. NBC2's Dave Elias joins us live from Matlacha. Dave, businesses still recovering from Ian now have to do it all over again.
Yeah, many of them are doing it all over again. And you know, when you're out here on Matlacha, it is really hard to tell the damage from Helene versus the damage from Hurricane Ian. Countless homes here on parts of Pine Island were severely damaged from flooding. Now, businesses on Matlacha also suffering tens of thousands of dollars in damages. Both owners of the coffee shop here and the fudge shop are pulling the contents of their shop out here into the parking lot. Much of it is just not salvageable after being submerged in floodwaters.
This morning we had about maybe 2 inches of water in there and some silt from the water coming in. But luckily none of our equipment doesn't look like any of our equipment got injured this time, so we'll be able to fire it back up.
We're still working, recovering from Ian, and I'm glad in a way that we didn't finish the back because we would have to throw it all away again.
Now, the owners of the fudge factory also had severe damage to their home last night, and their home as well as their shop was also severely damaged during Hurricane Ian, and they were still building back from both locations. Coming up, we're going to hear more from people who are building back here, and some wondering just how much more they can handle. Live on Matlacha, Dave Elias, NBC2.
Matlacha and Pine Island taking a beating from Helene. People are still recovering from Ian 2 years ago. The anniversary is 2 years ago tomorrow. NBC2's Dave Elias continues our team coverage tonight, talking with people and business owners, wondering just how much more they can endure.
Well, you know, it's completely fair to say that Matlacha has not even recovered from Hurricane Ian. You can still see all of the damaged buildings here. So they certainly were not ready for Hurricane Helene. In fact, Whitney Hall lives here, and he just built back from Hurricane Ian. You can see today they are sifting through and ripping out pieces of the house. All of this wood was soaking wet last night as water came into his house. He tells me he simply doesn't know how much more he and many others can take.
I've talked to a lot of friends this morning. It's just burnt out. This is like the 4th or 5th time since Hurricane Ian where we've had flooding out here.
Whitney Hall watches as friends and family help rip out the walls of his home after it was submerged in floodwater last night.
Pretty much everything, all the furniture's wet.
He's not alone. The owners of the fudge factory just down the street also heavily damaged.
I just never thought that we would be spending the anniversary of Ian redoing everything.
Doing the same thing?
William Tidball and his partner Carlos Gomez lost their home and business in Ian, and they were still rebuilding when Helene hit.
When our house started flooding this time, I was like, that's it, I'm going to North Carolina.
But like their neighbors at the Perfect Cup coffee shop, they say they're not letting Mother Nature win.
We'll just keep pulling through. And each time we learn a little more about what we should do when there's a storm coming.
As friends and family help them recover.
You just want to go out and help the community.
Now, with hurricane season far from over, many people that are living here are concerned that we could see yet more storms and more flooding here on Matlacha. And again, many people say they may be rethinking whether to pull up here altogether. On Matlacha, I'm Dave Elias reporting.